Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Core Racing Network here today. Today, we've been Smoky Mountain Motorsports Grassroots Racing League at Eldora, probably the most famous dirt track here in the United States. Here today, we're going to be taking the pro late models around this track for a lot of racing here tonight, as we got a exciting race stacked up here today, as practice is just about ending here now. We're gonna wait for qualifying to get going here. If you guys Hope you guys will have fun on this stream, though. As practice, excuse me, will now end in 10 seconds here. We'll get going with qualifying here today at Eldora. We're going to give you the race info here today. 4 of a mile track length, so not a very long track. Temperature 77 degrees. As always, the setup's provided by EPI. I'm your broadcaster, Brendan Bolt, filling in for Dylan McDonald here today, as he unfortunately cannot make it, as the sun is now set, and we are getting ready to go qualifying here today, as we're gonna get going on that now, waiting for people to get out now. As Jaden Lapp, the number 25 machine, gonna come around and start his first qualifying lap. Ripping the bottom here, which can be fast if done right. You can manage to rip that bomb, you will be able to do just fine here. Now, that's a little bit of a disclaimer here. I am not very much of a dirt guy myself. As y'all know, I like to broadcast the Premier Series here at Core, and I also, if you know my voice somewhere else, I do Velocity GT. But I am more of a asphalt oval guy or a road guy, not dirt oval. As we're going to take a look at Jason Haynes, who just set the pole with the 15-1s. Stephen Perkins still on his way for another lap here. Can he knock down Jason Haynes? Perkins not going to improve. And Sean Stevens gets up. Oh, he was in P2, but now new provisional pole. PJ Popham with a 15-1-2-3, as Stevens doesn't improve on his previous lap time. As actually now, Zach Bramer, that 024 machine, and look at these, the times keep getting faster. Nobody can hold provisional pole for at least a couple seconds. As now new provisional pole, Samuel Larson, the number 44, puts it on pole with a 14.952 of a lap time for that number 44 machine. Almost a whole tenth faster than P2. As we just have one guy left in qualifying, at least within the top 10, Andrew Adams. As actually, I am now wrong, Ethan Hutz. Here's Ethan Hudson here, the 30 machine, putting up a 15-0 on his first lap. So I think he made contact with that wall because he bailed out of that lap. So he's going to stick in P2 for now. Andrew Adams still trying to do another lap here, but he's very slow coming down the front straightaway. So he will stay where he is in P10. And so far, only a couple cars still out. He's just kind of sitting there. Bryson McKelvey, the 15. Currently, I believe, yet to set a lap. So we will see what he can do here. Sue's coming down the front straightaway. He's going to be able to put it up into P10. I almost said P11, but P10 for now with a 15-3. McKelvey coming around to finish the second lap. Jumps it back up to P7 with a 15-2. And that'll end his qualifying run. But actually, look at the lap in Sean Perkins. Their lap is almost identical, which is crazy for this kind of stuff. As now we have nobody out on track now. Actually, I am proven wrong once again. Dustin Lamb from Chummy Motorsports, number 10 machine. He's going to try and get a couple laps in here. Also is yet to set a time. coming around the front straightaway. We'll see what he will be able to do if he hasn't started a lap yet. And he's going to put it at the bottom of the charts with a 16.2. Going to see if he can improve on that. Coming around turn 4, like we said, a very short track because now the lap is already over. And he puts it still last, but only a 10th off P19 with a 15.7. So Dustin Lamb going to have a lot of work to do through these heats, as the top 3 from qualifying has already made it into the main, which so far is Samuel Lawson, Ethan Hudson, and Zach Bramer so far automatically make it to the main, as all the heats afterwards will be the top 3. And then if needed, we will also have a consultation, will also be a top 3. Nobody out on pit road as qualifying comes to an end now. That's going to be your lineup. Samuel Hudson. I keep messing up. I'm sorry. But we're going to bring up your qualifying results. Samuel Lawson, Kingdom Racing's number 44, puts it on pole with a 14.952. Then Ethan Hudson and then Zach Bramer automatically make it into the main event. Now this first heat will consist of PJ Poppin, Bryson McKelvey, Joshua Gannock, Christopher Cash, Eric Dean, and Thomas Freitas. Ooh, they will be our... Excuse me as I misclick.
That car in front of me looks awful inviting to spin out.
Sorry guys, give me 1 second.
Is this
This should not be happening, but we are now going to go to green. As PJ Popham going to lead it off for an 8-lap first heat. Again, the top 3 from every heat will make it to one of the mains here. As the pit truck lights are off, we're going to get going for the first of many heat races here today. Waiting on PJ Popham, as actually the pitch truck's yet to pull in. Pitch truck lights are off, man. I don't know what do you want from me. And now... Actually, that counted as a lap, so do we have a delayed green on our hands? I doubt it, but... Now we'll certainly be coming to green around this time by... Again, top 3, PJ Popham, Bryson McKelvey, and Joshua Gannock. If these guys can make it in their current spots, they will make it into the main. As now I believe Pace Truck is off. And the 11 almost jumped the 2. I don't know if that's going to be a black flag. 2's waiting to the very end. Green flag of the first heat. PJ Popham gets a good start over their top 2 in the back. Side by side. 2 rows back. So 113. Joshua Gannock puts it in P2 with Bryson McKelvey sitting P3. Let's see what they're going to be able to do here. So far, single file, and the top 3 have stayed what they are after the start. Bryson McKelvey going to try and slide job Joshua. Joshua's holding on that outside lane, so he's not going to give it up that easily. Leader has stayed the same so far. Joshua Gannock currently sitting P3 now after the move getting done by McKelvey. It's actually, he gets slammed by the 53 with a bad slide job. Failed slide job from the number 53 of Eric Dean. Gannock still holding the top 3. The 53 really aggressive right now. He really wants to get into this feature early. All the way to the bottom there. I don't know if there's any room for him right there. And actually, we have a fight for the lead. PJ Popham is trying to defend on the inside from Bryson McKelvey. McKelvey trying to find his way around the outside here. He's still on that outside, but PJ's not giving him the bottom, which is preferred line through the corner. But if Brian can get the run out of the corner, that is godlike. They'll go white flag in the air. PJ Popham still has the lead. I don't think Bryson's going to push it too hard. He is guaranteed a feature if he manages to finish here. Joshua moves it, keeps it in P3, but PJ Popham is going to win the first heat of many here today, followed by Bryson McKelvey and Joshua Gannott. That is going to be your top three. Eric Dean, Thomas Freitas, and Christopher Cash. So far knocked out. There may be other chances in consultations or remain, but they will have to fight for it later on. Now, the top three for our boys here. Jason Haynes, Stephen Perkins, and Andrew Adams. Sorry, as your top three. I was actually just show you the grid. Jason Haynes puts it on pole for the second heat. Stephen Perkins P2, Andrew Adams P3, Gary Manzenberger P4, Rance Lowen, the number 33 machine of Orlando Outlaws Esports in P5, and Dustin Lamb of Chummy Motorsports in P6. Again, top three need to finish where they are in order to make it to the feature. As the pace truck's going to go around one more time. And we're going to get this next 8-lap heat going. Yeah, no Thomas, the heat unfortunately not go as planned. Although we appreciate you guys being in here today. Big thanks to all of our sponsors in that top right. 25 Cinematography, EPI Industries, for the setups provided here today. It's Jason Haynes gonna lead it off for the second heat here. Ace truck gonna come off Eldora. Waiting on Jason Haynes here, that's 66. He's gonna wait till the green flag. Green flag is out for the second heat here. Haynes has the bottom, but Stephen Perkins has that top. Who can manage which side better? So far, still side by side coming into turn 3. And it looks like Jason Haynes will have the lead coming out of turn 4 to lead the first lap. I was looking a little bit further back. Rance Lowen is fighting his way up to P3 here now, as it looks like that P3 is going to stay for him as long as he doesn't make a mistake. Our closest battle back is with Andrew Adams and Gary Manzenberger now, as Gary will easily probably take P4 with a slide job here if he can get that going. Gary riding that full bottom lane here, and he will park it in front of Andrew, so that should hold a P4 if he can make it last. Looking at Rance Wellen here, who's moved his way up to P2. Rance is on the move now, as he's making a move for the lead now. On that bottom lane here at Eldora, which, like I said, can be great if you use it right. If he can slide job on that 66 in the next corner, that would almost guarantee first if he can hold it. On that bottom lane now, see if the 66 can get a good run off. He will. It'll prevent the slide job for now. Still side by side for these laps here, as this is actually a great battle for a heat. These guys will make it to the future if they can hold it, so all they have to do is hold it. As we see that 86 with one crazy slide job, and that fails miserably, as the number 11 machine is just able to put it back right underneath him. Great comeback move from the 11 as white flag is out for the second heat. Jason Haynes so far leading it over Rance Wellen and Stephen Perkins. Perkins under threat for that P3. Perkins gonna get the run off though out of turn 4. Top 3, Jason Haynes, Rance Wellen, and Stephen Perkins will make it into the feature off the heats. As now heat 3 will get started here. Top 3 for this one: John Stevens, Jaden Lapp, and Joe Morant, your top 3. Then Chummy Miller, Taylor Adams, and Michael Elledge round out the 6-car heat field. Now we're just waiting for Michael to get on the grid. Actually, that's probably Taylor, but we'll get this third heat going pretty soon here. This actually gives my voice a little bit of a break from commentating too. Heats back to back. But this is part of the invisible contract you sign when you decide to do broadcasting in iRacing, so. We're waiting on one guy now. That's actually the pace truck will leave without Michael Elledge. So only 5 cars starting in this third heat. Michael Elledge unfortunately misses the start. Again, the 26 Machine, Sean Stevens, and then Jaden Lapp and Chummy Miller are your top 3. Then Joe Morant on the outside. Nope, on the inside, excuse me. And then Taylor Adams, number 88, in the back. I'm gonna have to make up a lot of spots to make it to that top 3. There's no pace truck will enter this time. And waiting on the green flag from Marty the Flagman. Once that pace truck enters, nobody can go until that green flag is waved, or else it is a black flag for whoever goes first. Waiting on Marty. Marty will wave it now, and the 25 gets either a jump or a great start, but that 26 immediately fights on the bottom. Sean Stevens, pinches the 25 on the wall. Big damage for Jaden Lapp, as he's going to be, unfortunately, out of the heat. 26 just squeezed the 25 way too hard. And so far, top 3 now, Sean Stevens, John Morant, and Chummy Miller. 88 currently fighting Miller, though, for that P3 spot. Taylor Adams on the bottom. Taylor's going to try and slide job him going into turn 3, but no, he's going to back out a little bit. He's going to have to tuck in behind the 6. As no, this 88 still trying to fight him. Well, this is just allowing... and... Excuse me, the Chummy Miller hits the wall. And I believe he's going to keep that going, but that guarantees the top 3 for anybody else if they could keep it alive. Sean Stevens, John Morant, and Tyler Adams. Look at that as we're currently coming around for lap 6. As so far, yeah, everybody P4 to P6 are unfortunately out. Chummy Miller and Jaden Lapp, just unfortunate accidents. But that'll allow everybody still running in this to make it to the heat. As actually, with this break in the action, we're going to see what happened to Jaden Lapp back at lap 2. It looks like the 26 just didn't think the 25 was there and squeezes him into the wall, breaks, almost looks like it broke his steering. And unfortunate for Jaden, which took him out of the race earlier than he expected. It's now the white flag for Sean Stevens. Coming out of turn 4 for the final time here. And that'll conclude Heat 3. As I believe we have jumped to a warm-up. As we're just going to show you the race results anyways. Right now in a warm-up stage for a lot of these guys, trying to make sure they can run as much any laps as they can, try and run the track in. As everybody is out trying to get these laps in within the 3 minutes. So we will be able to get first impressions on how this will stack up, how the race will be. As this will give us an idea on how fast the fast guys will be able to pull it on this kind of track, as it'll only get slicker from here. As we're gonna... Again, we would like to thank our sponsors rolling in that top right. 2.5 for Cinematography. EPI, Elite Performance Industries, for sponsoring the setups for this series here today. And I'd also like to give a big shout out to everybody in Smoky Mountain for letting me fill in for Dylan McDonald, as he is unfortunately not going to be able to make it for this race. But that doesn't mean we won't stop the coverage here on Core Racing Network. "30 seconds until this warm-up ends." So these guys are going to try and get as many fast laps as they can. You need all the laps you can. If I know anything about dirt racing, you need as many as you can to try and roll this track in the way you wanted it to. And also just get a feel for it before the feature. If you can get an idea of the track before you actually need to race, then you'll be at a severe advantage to everybody else behind you. As the warm-up has now concluded. We will get to your grid here for the feature event. Samuel Lawson, the number 44 from Canadian Racing, puts it on pole position here. Wait, is that qualifying? I believe... Nope, I'm on the right thing. Ethan Hudson, P2. Zach Bramer, P3. PJ Popham, P4. Jason Haynes, P5. Sean Stevens, P6. Bryce McKelvey, P7, who had the fastest lap in the warm-up. Rance Llewellyn, P8. Joe Morant, P9. Joshua Ganuk, P10. Stephen Perkins, P11. Taylor Adams, P12. And then Eric Dean, P13, is actually... I think we're good. Gary Manzenberger, P14. Shummy Miller, P15. Thomas Freitas, P16. Andrew Adams, P... Actually, no. Something's not right with my SDK here, right? I believe we are only going to P21. So guys, I think my SDK is not right on my side. Anyways, 40 lap feature here at Eldora. We got a lot of guys here. Samuel Hudson. I keep doing that. Samuel Lawson, Ethan Hudson, and Zach Bramer are your top three. As we will give you a weather. Air temp, 82 degrees Fahrenheit. Track temp, 70 degrees, which track temp does not really matter that much at dirt racing because you're sliding anyways. Wind speed, 6 miles an hour. So maybe that'll throw a wrench in some people's races. As now, Pace Truck will come off the field for our 40 lap feature here at Eldora with the Pro Late models. Waiting on Barney the Flagman now. Samuel, take it away. So 6 gets a little bit of a goofy start at the beginning there. 44 on the bottom. He's going to clear the outside lane. But Ethan, oh, big wreck in the back. Big accident. Caution is out immediately. As we believe Josh... I gotta find it on SDK. Chummy Miller was the one to start it. As we'll take a look, is actually that is the start. We're gonna go a little bit later into the race. Is that still not it? Oh, well, that is another accident. So I believe there was a caution may have been already from that, but that's not what we saw. As none of my SDK is showing this. So much stuff happened at the same time, I believe. Yeah, the yellow flag was already out. This is the accident we're talking about here. As I believe everybody was just checking up. The 33 pinches, the 66 pinches to 33, and oof. Big accidents around. So, caution was already out before the accident we saw happen, and then everything else happened from there as we saw. Those pace truck lights are now already off here. As P15 on back, already a lap down, unfortunately. As in dirt racing, it is, I believe, single file restarts. Everybody likes that high side on the restart because it gets you the best run out of turn 4 on the restart. And now I believe this time the start is on Samuel Lawson. He can go when it is legal to, I believe. And the 30 on that bottom waiting for the 44 to go. 44 is gone now. As we're going to take a little bit further back with Zach Bramer. As you see how wide these guys get, you could run almost any line on almost a fresh track and it'll still be somewhat fast as long as you can run it well. I don't know what happened with my SDK there. But we are still under green here, luckily for more than one green flag out. Ethan Hudson, slide job on the 44, but the 44 back down on the inside. That is not going to work, but the 44 now has too much speed carrying the turn 1. Will the 30 be able to get him coming out of the corner? 30 so far has the lead now, but he's got to defend both lanes as hard as he can to try and maintain P1. And he will keep P1. Ethan Hudson, new leader. As now Samuel being pressured from Bryson in the back. Sean Stevens also there too in that 26 machine. Top 4 can be thrown under a blanket. As it is almost 3 wide for P2 as the 20 thinks better of it. Bryce McKenzie fighting Samuel on the bottom. Bryson makes a little bit of a bobble. That's going to allow Samuel to pull away. And now there comes Sean Stevens ripping that high side. Sean doing what he can on that high side, trying to get a run out of turn 2 to try and overtake the number 11. And it looks like he about will as far as I can see. 2 wide for P2 now as the leader is loving this right now because that means they are not catching up to him at all. As now the leaders will finally single file it out a little bit. As we're going to take a peek back at it, Joe Morant, currently running P8. Good spot where he is now. He's still a little bit further back. Taylor Adams, the 88 machine, trying to fly on that high side from the 33 of Rance Llewellyn. And the number 10 is not far behind him either. That 10 is waiting on the mistake. But so far, there's battles all around the track as we go a little bit further back. Jason Haynes and the 66 almost, I believe, the blame for the lap 1 accident we saw on the back straight. Trying to make his way back around to the front. As we're side by side for the lead again, Sean Stevens taking P2 from the 44, and now is trying to take a look on Ethan. I heard a little bit of contact from Ethan there. Ethan barely tapped that inside wall. Oh, and Bryson gets a little bit unsettly. Or that's not a word, excuse me. It's a little bit uneasy out of turn 2 as he makes door-to-door contact with the 44. It looks like he's fallen off. As actually caution is out. Chummy Miller has crashed. We're going to see what happened to him. The number 6 machine, I believe, exiting turn 4. Yep, just on the wall. Oh, then he just can't turn, and it's just stuck on that outside lane. Yeah, right front is disconnected, and that'll cause another caution. It's actually my SDK is blown up with a crash. What has happened here? My SDK is blowing up with crashing. It's showing everybody has crashed. What in the... I believe my SDK is wrong. Because my feed blew up with everybody crashing, but I guess it could have just been slowing down hard. That was certainly a moment. You think half the front field has crashed. But yeah, my SDK is not liking how slow these guys are pacing around here in Eldora. I do not know what is happening. I am sorry, guys. Hopefully once we go back green, it should level itself out. But no, your lead is how you see it now. Ethan Hudson leading the charge here, followed by Sean Stevens, and then Samuel Lawson, the number 44 machine. Bryson McKenzie, P3. Actually, no, P4 in the number 11 machine. Then Stephen Perkins, P6. As actually, we may be doing a double file restart here. Yes, the pace truck lights are off. Double file restart here, which is gonna be an interesting one. Ethan takes it away early, coming out of turn 4. Sean Stevens still with a good run, but now, look at Samuel. He's gonna try and slide job out of turn 2. Samuel's not gonna get the speed he wants out of turn 2. He's gonna stick on that outside lane. I see it. Look who's down there. It's Stephen Perkins in the 11. He's currently fighting his way up the field, moved up to P4. Very great drive from the American there. PJ's on. Look. Oh, and the 13. Joe Morant spins down the front straightaway. So far, no caution because he's on the bottom. We're going to go back to our lead fight here. Samuel Lawson coming around turn 4. This is where Joe Moran is. Yeah, my SDK has not shown him jump to pit, so he's still trying to keep this car going for the chance of getting back racing. It's a little bit of debris here. Here comes Ethan's trying to fight. Ethan has to defend on that outside lane because the 26 trying to come down the bottom. .26 shoots down to the bottom, trying a big slide job on the 30. But can the 30 get the run out turn 4? He's currently on the inside. 30 gonna do the same thing. Slide job, but here comes the 26. Great racing from these guys. Slide job after slide job. The runs you just get out of these corners are insane. That's now the 30 back on the inside of the 26. No slide job though. He's gonna stay on that bottom lane. And he's going to have to slot in behind the 26. The 44 back on Ethan's gearbox, excuse me. Currently on that rear bumper. In-car cam of Samuel Lawson here. Can't really see much from this. But you can see a little bit more down the front straightaway as he's trying to chase down that 30 machine. As actually caution is out once again here. I believe for just a random competition caution. As this race is already getting crazy. It's slide job after slide job. Pass after pass. As that gives my voice just a little bit of a break once again, because this has been a crazy race as we're just over halfway. 23 laps completed out of our 40 lap feature here at Eldora. As I don't know exactly what caused the caution there. Could just be a thrown competition caution from the race directors here, or something's actually happened. No, excuse me, something that's actually happened that my SDK just did not show. Obviously, no pit stops here unless if you have damage. So no need for tires or fuel, because these cars are designed to just run off one set and just have a little bit of a looseness or tightness later on in the race. But it looks like we'll have another single file. Nope, excuse me. We're going double file once again for the restart. Pace truck lights are off. John Stevens controlling the bottom. Ethan Hudson controlling the top. Sean is going to have to go when it becomes legal. We'll see how big of a jump Ethan can get coming out of turn 4. Sean with a great start. Currently gets in front of Ethan. Ethan already being under pressure from the 44. The 43 wide for P3. The 11 puts it on the very bottom. 44 in the middle. 2 on the top side. 3 wide halfway through this race. And they're still going 3 wide as PJ Popham, the number 2, will get that run out of turn 2. 33 machine will capitalize on a P4 from them guys fighting. I'm sure he is not complaining at all. As the number 11 still trying to fight on that bottom lane. So far not working. He's trying to hope he can get his place on the top. But everybody's just ripping the high side, as you guys can see. If you guys get on that cushion, oh, 22. Excuse me, the 11 almost gets turned. Oh, and the 86. Oh, wait. I believe that was the 86. Oh, we have a car upside down. As, oh, it's the 53 machine upside down. The 88 just barely avoids him. As we're going to take a look at what happened here. Taking a look from the 11's point of view, he looks like he just gets into the 11 that sends him up into the wall. But then we need to go... Oh, that 53. We're going to rewind that a little bit. But it looks like the 53 just got a bad bounce off the wall in his rear end. Yeah, gets turned by the 86. And his right rear just rides up against the wall and sends him upside down. And you just see that 88 before I went live just barely misses the upside down machine. As I'm trying to give you back our leaders. Coming around to complete lap 27. As you see, green flag laps, I believe, are counted. Or excuse me, caution laps are counted under the total lap count. Pace truck lights are already off here. Double file restart once again. It is not over, ladies and gentlemen. This race has far from over. If you guys like this, be sure to like and subscribe. Big shout out to all of our sponsors up the top right. EPI for sponsoring the setups here today. And obviously, Horror Racing Network will give you guys more action throughout the week. 26 takes off out of turn 4. He's going to get back in front of the 30 machine. The 2 trying to fight PJ Popham on the bottom. Trying to see what he can do if he can try and make a slide job on P3. Not enough speed. If he could slide up for P4, that'd be nice. He's going to stay on that bottom lane. Popham trying to do what he can. As we take a little bit further back. As they are almost 3 wide. Joshua, the 113, almost 3 wide there for P7. As I hear a car in the wall. Oh, the 26. Oh, and the 113 gets turned at the end of that. Yellow flag is out once again as the 26 I don't know what happened to him because we were looking at something else, but Sean Stevens. As we're gonna try and take a look back here. As you can hear, the contact's already happened. Sean Stevens already broken his right front. Then the 25 just turns the 113. Sent him into a pirouette. And I don't think your right front's supposed to look like that, Sean. Unfortunate for Sean, as he was contending for the lead, and now he is out of the race. As he's somehow going to keep that car driving. As PJ Popham, look where he is. He was in the about mid-pack at the start of the race, now sitting P2 with 10 to go here. Pace truck lights are off once again here. We're going to see if we get these guys back rolling with 10 to go. See if we can make it under these 10 to go. But as you see, these guys are starting to get a little bit more racy. I'm going to expect more cautions here. It's PJ Poppet controlling the top. Number 33 of Lance Llewellyn controlling the bottom. Wait on. Oh, there he goes already. 33 gets a big jump at the pit road entrance. Clears the 2 by a mile. Now the 44 pressure in the 2. And I believe that was the 18 on the very bottom of the 44. 2 is going to try a slide job. Trying to slide job. Will not work. 33. Oh, no, it will. 33 stays behind. Let me ride that cushion. Oh, the 33 just... Oh, right back in front of Sean. 33 up and over, rolling once. Big accident in the back if I could find my mouse. As these guys just... I'm trying to find where this happened. We are going to go back to when Rance Llewellyn oh, that's back on under pacing. Oh yeah, there's green flag. Excuse me, guys, here. As we see, I'm going to rewind that just a little bit. But it looks like the 33 tries a failed slide job. And that kills the 2. That takes off the front. And the 33 right back in front of the 44. As I'm trying to give y'all a little bit more coverage here. As there's just so much crap going on. Joshua gonna... Oh, and the 88 machine of Taylor Adams. Oh, lots of damaged cars. And then it's extracurriculars. Although I believe that is accidental. As that it, we're gonna have a lot of cars out now. As only 10 are on track. 10 cars on track right now. And I believe we are gonna... Yep. 10 cars on the lead lap. 11th on back are gonna be 1 lap down. Big thanks to everybody in the chat. Barry Chrysler, who has been in every core race we have done. Thomas Freitas, Serby, Sean Stevens, Joe Morant, and Serby once again, actually. But thanks for you all. And we're going to get single file restarts now. So 44 going to be able to manage with the damage now. Single file restart. 44 gets a big jump. Here comes that 18. And the 024 on that car. He's going to try and look on that bottom. But that 44 is fast on that high side. The cushion is formed at the top of Eldora now. If you can run that cushion, you are ripping it around here. Oh, 24 on that bottom. He's trying to see if he can get around the 44 as soon as he can. Side by side, contact. Bryson's gonna have to check up, but the 44 is checking up too. Almost 4 wide for the lead. Two by two so far for this lead pack. The 024, I believe he's going to get the 44 if he can. No, he over arcs it into the corner. Turn too much here. 3 wide for P1. Bryson puts it down the middle. 44 is going to get the runoff, though. 44 is still holding the lead in the turn 1. Coming out of turn 2 now. 024 and Bryson are fighting for P2. It's 3 wide again. Bryson just sends it through the middle. Great move for Bryson, currently having the lead. Bryson currently has the lead now, but the 044 makes contact with the wall, but he's still ripping it. Levin trying to fight the bottom. Coming to 2 to go here at Eldora for the feature. Bryson's going to have to settle for P2 right now. 44 ripping the high side. 024 sitting P3. Bryson, little bit of contact. That's going to shake up the 44. He's going to get in front, but here comes the... Oh, there's a wreck on the front. 024 gets turned, and there's a caution just before the... Caution just before the white flag. I believe that was Joshua. Good note. It's either Christopher Cash or Joshua. We're going to go a little bit further back and see what happened. Well, it's including one of these two. Joshua tries trying to make up some space as the 69 actually messes up. Oh, and they park it on the front straight. And the 69 gets stuck on the wall. And then we see the white flag by the leaders. And then the caution just before the white flag. As this race is gonna get interesting. You guys thought we had our best run yet with 3 wide for the lead? Oh, no. We still have at least 2 to go here. As I do not know how many green-white checkers we will have, but so far we have 1. There's only 9 cars on this lead lap here. It's only going to get more interesting from now. I believe we're going to restart with a green-white checkered Samuel having control of this field over Bryson McKelsey and Andrew Adams in the 024. Luckily, Andrew will keep his spot even though he got turned after the caution. 44 gets a jump. Not as good as he would have thought, though, because Bryson's still on him. 024 falls back a little bit. Car number 10's fighting him, but we're going to focus on these leaders. Bryson coming down the inside. He's going to have it for now. White flag in the air out of Eldora. Bryson has the clear lead. I don't think Samuel's going to be able to do it. We're going to look at the number 10 machine, Dustin Lamb from Chummy Motorsports. On the inside. Now your winner's going to be Bryson by a mile. But Samuel may lose P2, but he won't. Great finish. As your top 3, Bryson McKelvey, Samuel Larson, and Andrew Adams with your top 3 here. As my voice is about dead. As we're going to pull up our race results here. Samuel Lawson. But that's qualifying. Why is that not changing? Bryson McKelvey with a last lap pass for the lead. And then Samuel Lawson, number 44, takes P2. Andrew Adams, P3. Dustin Lamb, P4. PJ Popham, P5. Jaden Lapp, P6. Zach Bremer, P7. Gary Manzenberger, P8. Taylor Adams, P9. Joshua Gnacht in P10. And then Christopher Cash, Rance Llewellyn, Eric Dean, Thomas Friedis, Sean Stevens, Ethan Hudson, Jason Haynes, Stephen Perkins, Joe Morant, Shummy Miller, and Michael Elledge round out the 21 car field here today at Eldora. Well, what a finish we had here today at Eldora, as we're going to try and get our top three into the interviews. We're going to start with our P3. Andrew Adams, this is Brendan Polt in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
I do.
Well, those last 10 laps were crazy. I mean, we have 3 wide passes for the lead. We have a caution just before the white flag. Talk us through those final 10 laps.
Man, I don't know. This is awesome. So I mean, I had a terrible heat race. I started in the back, 17th, 18th position, somewhere way back there. Got tangled up in the first wreck of the race. Somehow I drove this car all the way back to third place, and I'm more than happy with that. I think I led maybe one lap in first, but overall I'm ecstatic to have third place. These guys running up front, first and second. We was 3 wide, a couple turns, and everybody held their lines great and raced good. It was fun.
Yeah, I'm very glad how you guys been racing this, because I'm over here trying to look at P1, and then P2 just ends up being 3 wide. And then something else I want to see on your opinion on, just before the final caution was thrown, just before that white, there was a car sitting in the middle of the track.
Yeah, that definitely hurt some racing there, but that's okay because luckily none of the leaders hit that car that was dead. But I think the 11 was trying to avoid that car, and when he did that, he got into me and spun me. But luckily, it didn't mess up my car enough to affect anything, and I was still able to bring home this third place. But it was crazy.
Certainly a thrilling P3 for you. But before we let you go, does anybody like to thank on that 024 machine?
Oh yeah, first and foremost, got to thank the good Lord above for giving me the ability to do this. Then I want to thank Ref Power Sports out of Jackson, Tennessee, Caveman Designs for giving me this awesome wrap, and me and my brother Taylor. He didn't do very well tonight, but just want to thank him for being a part of this Adams Brothers Racing.
All right, Andrew. Well, congratulations on the P3. We're going to get you back down in the top 3 and celebrate that.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
That was your third place finisher of Andrew Adams. We're going to bring in P2, Samuel Lawson. This is Brendan Polt in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
I got you, man.
Well, I'm going to ask the same question I did Adams. What was your mind going through those last 10 laps? Because there was a caution just before the white flag with a car sitting in the middle of that track.
Yeah, so I forgot. I just remember the leaders in front of me ended up wrecking. I saw a 33 car go all the way down the track, and he cranked it right back up in front of me. Like, I don't even know how I finished second, to be honest with you, man. But like, whenever I hit him, my whole steering's just destroyed. Like, everything's messed up in this car. Just to get it to turn was brakes, and then to get it back up by the wall was the throttle. That's all I could do. I was very shocked to stay up there.
Yeah, unfortunately, you were trying to fight for the lead, I kept hearing your right rear quarter panel at least tapping the wall a little bit going into the corners.
Oh yeah,
but
I mean, to be fast right now, you gotta get right up there against the wall and just go.
Yeah, the cushion was formed there. That was the place to be if you wanted to set some fast lap times. But Samuel, well, first, congratulations on that second. But before we get you out of here, does anybody like to think on that number 44 machine?
Oh yeah, I gotta thank Five Kings Motorsports, Kingdom Racing, True Sim Productions, and EPI, USA Firearms. Just all the guys that make it happen. And I know you normally don't broadcast this race, but thanks for stepping up and coming in to broadcast for us.
No problem, man. But we're gonna get you down that top 3 celebrating the P2. Congratulations once again.
Thanks, man.
That was your P2 finisher here today of Samuel Lawson. I gotta bring our P1, Bryson McKelvey, excuse me. This is Brendan Pohl in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, you sent it 3 wide on those final few laps to try and take the lead, but then that caution came out on the final one, and then but you were still managed to take it at the 2 to go mark. How was your mind through those last 10 laps?
Yeah, it was pretty good. I knew I could have climbed right up there. That one caution where everybody wrecked up front helped a lot, and found that line right in the middle, and we were running up there 3 wide. I was trying to keep it 3 wide clean, try to stick it right there in the middle so I can run my middle line, and I guess their tires weren't working as good as mine was, so I was able to get right by them.
But you still managed to bring it home, P1. And I noticed you were ripping that middle because the chance you got, you at least tried to make it 3 wide to try and take the lead, which is great racing, might I add. But before we get you going here to celebrate your first place here, is anybody like to think on that number 15 machine?
I want to thank just everyone putting on this league and everyone in the league to race, and um, that's basically it.
Well, we're going to get you back down into the top 3. Again, congratulations on the P1.
Thank you.
And that is your top 3 here today for the Smoky Mountain Grassroots Racing League here at Eldora Speedway with the Pro Late Models. Well, this is not the end of it for Core this week, as probably right now we are broadcasting the Arca League. So if you guys gonna go watch that, as I'm gonna try and see if I get a schedule for you guys here. I believe sometime soon, which I believe is tomorrow, we have the Chop Shop GT3 series. Thursday will be the Core Beginner Dirt series. I believe we are going into week 7 there. And then on Saturday, we'll be getting the, if I'm correct, we'll be getting the Premium Stock Car Racing League. And then there will be a Top Gun Cup sometime soon scheduled for, actually that YouTube is wrong. Anyways, if you guys like this stream, I'm gonna get myself a breather and some water because my throat is gone. But if you guys like the stream, be sure to like and subscribe. Big thanks to all of our sponsors that were rolling in that top right, especially EPI Core Racing for even letting me broadcast this in the first place. And big thanks for Smoky Mountain for letting us do this for them. Again, if you guys like this stream, be sure to like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys later.